You're listening to My Grito Podcast Network, celebrating the culture of Chicanos and Latinos one story and voice at a time. Listen to more My Grito Podcast Network shows over at mygrito.net. Connect on social, on Instagram and Facebook at My Grito, the My Grito Podcast Network.
3, 2, 1.
Whether you hate it, love it, bro, wouldn't you rather your daughter be like Jenny 69, own her home, at a young age, have
a business,
yeah, a clothing line, this or that, whatever. Not just Jenny, it could be any young woman who has made it her passion in life to succeed and has done that. And then for just somebody who maybe hasn't had that success come and just kind of pull the rug from under you, bro, it's upsetting. It hurts me as a man, not just as a human being, but like as an influencer, as a content creator, as all these things. Because, bro, I understand. I just got beat up myself. Bro, it's not fair. Not for her, not for me. You hate it, love it, bro. Wouldn't you rather your daughter be
We are here getting ready to do 2 shows at the Covina Laugh Factory.
Boom!
I thought you had like thrown your voice or something. I was like, dang, you're
No, it's because I connected to the Bluetooth. I was playing that clip on my phone. A lot of kinks that we need to work out this live shindig. But welcome, ladies and gentlemen, people of the Mindbuzz universe.
Stop calling it that.
I'm going to keep calling it that.
Why? Why couldn't you choose something cooler?
There's nothing cooler than a universe.
Yeah, there is. It just sounds so... Now, I guess with Marvel, it just sounds like... I don't know.
Marvel ruined movies. It ruined the theater, and now it's ruining my right to say Mindbuzz universe.
Yeah,
That's not fair.
Just say what's up, Mind Buzzers, or something like that.
That's even more lame.
Not.
Mind buzzers?
We should have a poll or something where we can get an input on people that listen to us. What?
Cool. Well, we can do that. People of the Mindbuzz universe, if you don't like that, and if you think that there's something that sounds a little bit more palatable, a little bit cooler, as Amber wants to call it, go ahead and let us know. We'll do that chat. We'll do that poll on the Mindbuzz Instagram account. But nonetheless, whether you are a Mindbuzz universe or a Mind Buzzer, welcome to the podcast where we talk to interesting people. Today we don't have a guest, just me and Amber. We're going to be chatting on the line, and we're going to be... We have the chat open. We're going to see how this live thing goes. We have the chat open, so if you're watching this, go ahead and give you a chat. We'll give you a shout out. But welcome to the podcast, and I believe we do have My Grito Weekly, don't we?
Yeah, we sure
do.
This Friday, which is today, My Grito will release the new single by the Paranoias called Scanidero. I hope I'm saying that right. Yeah, Scanidero.
I pulled it up on there, so maybe we can get that visual on the thingamajig.
Show.
Cool, there it is.
It's this one?
Yep.
The peachy folder one?
Yes, sir. Ma'am.
Sorry. Me. There you go. That's Scanidero for those of you watching us on YouTube. But yeah, that's cool. It's like a retro peachy folder, right? I like it. I dig it.
I dig it.
All right. I see you guys.
So, Scandinero by... Scandinero.
Oh, Scanidero. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah. By the Paranoias.
And that comes out today, right?
Yes.
Cool.
I think it already came out, so... it comes out today. So Heartless Sweetwater will be performing this weekend in Arizona. So tomorrow he'll be in Tucson at the Hotel Congress.
All our peeps in Arizona, go check out My Grito own Heartless Sweetwater.
And then on Sunday, he will be in Phoenix in the Rhythm Room. So this weekend, go out there and check them out. And then lastly, My Grito was interviewed by Social Primate, so Eddie from Social Primate. So that's out already, so go check that out. It's a really good interview. We were listening to it earlier on our drive, and it was really good. So go listen to it.
It was awesome. If you're excited about My Grito and all the things that they are doing, go ahead and check them out on Instagram and all the links to all their podcast networks. I'm excited about the podcast stuff. I know that we have a cool lineup of artists, but the podcast network, which held Emo Brown, the Mindbuzz, Chicano Shuffle, West Coast Pop Lock Podcast, and Tragos Amargos, and there's going to be a really cool thing happening with the West Coast Pop Lock. They didn't give me the okay to talk about it, but there's going to be a lot of cool things happening there next week on their show. So
is it like underground or what is it?
I don't know. Well, they said it's going to be live, but I asked them, hey, am I allowed to talk about this on social media? And nobody got back to me.
Oh.
So, yeah. We would want people to tune in, right?
Yeah,
so just watch the page. If you don't have me on my personal page at the Gill Billy Delic page, I'll be posting it here on the Instagram for the Mindbuzz. So you guys could check that out. Oh, and then just a little wink, wink. I've been doing stand-up comedy at Beer Thug Brewing every Wednesday. So you might get to see that. Wink, wink.
That was a horrible wink.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. How's that?
Better.
All right, cool. But other than that, what else?
I wonder where that
do we got
derived
that?
from.
The wink?
Yeah.
Probably somebody.
Somebody said, "Hey, gordo," said, "Wink, wink."
What's up? Give me a thumbs up if you like that one, because I thought that was a pretty good one. But I think we should look that up. Let me give my predictions of where the wink came from. I think it was just a huge misunderstanding. Maybe somebody was just going throughout their day and maybe a little bit of dust got in their eye or something, you know?
I wonder if we can even trace where it started from.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of sayings that derived decades ago, over 100 years ago.
I feel like winking's gonna be like some like mañoso man thing.
Mañoso, what is that?
Mañoso is like dang it, my English brain isn't working. Like pervert. There you go, mañoso's a pervert.
All right. But what's the difference between a mañoso and a pervertido and a maniaco? So there's three different things,
Maniaco
right?
is a maniac.
Oh.
Just people started using it as like, oh, you're a maniaco. Like,
Okay, so a maniaco is a maniac. But okay, so what's a pervertido then?
a pervert.
Okay.
Mañoso is like, mañoso is like when you know something's wrong, but you still do it.
Oh, but that's not in like a sexual way.
And no, you don't. No, it doesn't have to be in a sexual way. Because you could be mañoso, like, oh, he steals and he's a mañoso, like, or something like that, right? So I guess it's one of those words that can have a lot of
meanings.
A lot of meanings.
Gotcha.
But I feel like winking is one of those things, like who winks? Like, it's creepy.
Oh. Me?
Look, somebody said mañoso is like a Quagmire from the Family Guy.
Oh, okay.
Quagmire's a mañoso?
I guess so, but he... Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, like someone that knows that they're doing wrong, but they continue to do it, and they just think that they're going to get away with it. That's a mañoso.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely quagmire.
Okay, there
That's
you go.
definitely 100%. But also the other older man, I'm trying to, his name is escaping me. Herb the pervert?
Who's that?
The old man.
Or every old person at the bank is a mañoso.
For all our bankers out there, if you're not a mañoso, you better check in with us and tell us.
Herbert the pervert.
Herbert the pervert. What did I say?
Yeah, I think you said that, no?
Okay, but I said pervert the herb or something like that. But yeah.
I say old people because, when they want to sneak in, like they can't see you or, I'm old and let me go in front, but they know damn well there's a line.
Didn't that happen to us in downtown LA? Coming out of a theater, remember that? We were waiting for our car.
Yeah.
Were they the ones that we ended up talking to, and they're from Chino Hills?
No,
or
that
was
was
it somebody
family.
else?
The mañosos were a two old couple. They just cut in front of everybody.
Yeah.
There was a line, like a legit long line for people to get their car. And these fools just walked up to the counter.
They were mañosos.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the mañosos. Okay. But it doesn't really have a sexual undertone to it then.
No.
It's just basically somebody that's trying to weasel their way into any type of situation.
Well, it's someone that knows that they're doing wrong and they still continue to do it. So, yeah, it could have a sexual undertone if someone's being a mañoso.
But it's universal.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have to...
No.
Have to do with that.
No.
It could be like somebody maybe bluffing on their tax forms or adding a couple of zeros to their bank loan or something like that.
Yes.
I'm not speaking from personal experience.
Are you a mañoso?
Mañoso, no. But a wink, let's take it back because we got off track with the mañoso talk.
Winks are for perverts. There, I'm going to say it.
Okay. But
the only people that wink are perverts.
But perverts have been known to stand the test of time.
Because you're saying right now, wink, like, don't tell anybody, wink, wink. It's a mañoso thing. Like,
okay, it's a mañoso thing.
There you go.
Okay.
Or you could be like, hey, girl, wink, wink.
I think I am a mañoso.
No.
No, not when it comes to
don't publicly say that. You don't want to be a mañoso.
Okay. That'll be a cool t-shirt. Who would buy a t-shirt that says mañoso on there? Oh, look at Gordo. What if the homies wink at you? Yeah, there's a poll right there, dude.
The homie winks at you, it's a mañoso.
It's a mañoso?
Why else would your homie wink at you?
I don't know. Maybe he had, too much.
Or what if the homie winks at you and bites the lip? Definitely.
Yeah. Maybe that's where it came from.
Gordo, are you trying to confess something to us?
I know. Jeez.
Is this a known fact?
This is a tell-all of Gordo Podcast.
This is a safe space. You can tell us.
It really is. So, can we find out what the origin of the wink is?
What is the origin of the wink? Right here. Whoa. Do you see that?
The Mindbuzz is powered by Mindbuzz Media. Mindbuzz Media is an on-site video and audio podcast production company. Have you ever thought about starting your own video and audio podcast? Or do you have an existing podcast that you want to take to the next level? Mindbuzz Media brings a professional podcast studio to you. Visit mindbuzz.org for more. Okay, the sense to close an eye as a signal was first recorded around the year... What? 100? Wait, 1100?
1100.
Year 1100, while the figurative use of wink at meaning to close your eyes to something or ignore it deliberately dates back to the early 15th century.
See, so it's holding something back. So you're hiding it. Like, hey, don't tell anybody. Wink, wink. So yeah, it's some mañoso shit.
It's mañoso activities.
Gordo said, I don't need help in caps. The homie isn't holding me hostage.
Oh, okay. So the
So
homie's he's being held hostage and he's saying, oh, I don't need help. So it's irony. He's showing some irony. I dig it. But we're too far away, so and we're gotta get through this podcast.
Just stay on the line with us. Don't go anywhere. Wink if you need help.
I'm pretty sure in the near future they're gonna have some type of like 911 type of technology that has that, because basically that's what's happening right now.
They need that because I the other day I was on TikTok, and this is not the first video that I see or that I hear of like 911 dispatchers being like fucking rude as shit. And I was just thinking to myself the other day, I was like, why would it be rude if your sole job is to help? Like, obviously people that call 911, yeah, there's a lot of 911 calls that maybe are not like life threatening, but the ones that are like, yeah, you have to stay calm. You have to calm that person down, blah, 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 whatever. But the video that I seen, or the audio recording that I heard, was this little girl calling a 911 dispatcher. And they were saying, what was she saying? She's like, I wanted to see if you guys can get a police officer out here and come into our house and check my brother's room.
Mm-hmm.
And the dispatcher was like, why? What has he done? And she's like, oh, well, we think that he bought a weapon. We think he bought a weapon, and my mother and I are scared because he's been very hostile towards us and he bought a weapon. And she's like, okay, but what's the crime? She's telling the kid. And the kid's like, well, we're scared. Like, can you just send someone? And she's like, well, no, there's no crime. He hasn't committed a crime yet. So we can't send anybody. And that the little girl was like, are you serious? And she's like, yes, I'm serious.
Damn.
There's no crime that's been committed. Thank you. Have a good night. And she hung up on her. And then hours later, the brother calls in and says, I want to report, I don't think he killed them. I think he just shot them all.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I was like, that's fucked up.
If anything, the dispatcher would be at fault for any type of crime, right?
I don't know. I don't know when it becomes their fault. And then I seen another one where like the person was like fatally injured or something, and then they were being snappy with the dispatcher, and he was like, I don't like your tone. I'm hanging up. Boom, and he hung up on him and he died. And that one, the dispatcher got fired. I don't think any any charges were put or anything.
That's terrible.
Isn't that fucked up?
That's messed up. I found some right here. Let me see if it'll
Name.
Debbie Stevens, please help me. I don't want to die.
You're not going to die. Hold on for a minute.
Well, I need
Okay, for some context, this is a 911 dispatcher mocks drowning woman in her final moments.
Oh, shoot.
It's kind of terrible.
I'm sorry. I didn't know the water. I couldn't see the water. When I came upon it, man, it just all of a sudden hit me.
On Saturday morning, Deborah Stevens was delivering newspapers on Kincaid Avenue in Fort Smith. At 4:38 a.m., she called 911 after her car was swept into this creek. Now, this is what the road looked like from the view of first responders.
How long is it going to be, man? My son's going to die, and I can't charge it.
The 911 call goes on. The dispatcher can be heard calling for officers and rescuers, but has a hard time finding the exact location. The dispatcher can be heard telling Debbie that she delivers papers and should know the area. Debbie's telling her that she can see people at nearby apartments.
A lot of people have called in on you, so I don't think that nobody's just sitting there. They actually called in, but they're not going to get themselves in danger because you put yourself in danger.
I'm scared. I've never had anything like this happen to me before.
Well, this will teach you next time. Don't drive in the water.
Oh.
Couldn't see it, ma'am. I'm sorry, or I wouldn't have.
I don't see how you didn't see
she's
it.
in her
You had
car.
to go right over it. So
There's also other 911 calls coming in that the dispatcher has to take.
call for Barlink for Highway 58 and 8. Okay, then I can cancel it. They got the Barlink got the number. Thank you.
Oh my God, ma'am.
Yes.
At 5 a.m., the 911 call is disconnected, and rescuers are now in the water.
Car's right out there. All you can see left is the dadgum light on it.
Tonight, the Fort Smith Police interim chief is speaking out about the dispatcher's call, saying he listened to it and that it's less than desirable.
Now, I will say the manner that she spoke during this conversation would probably have been addressed, but it would have been more of a rudeness, quality of service type complaint.
However, nothing will come of it. The chief says the dispatcher put in her 2 weeks' notice before this, and that call came on her last day and final shift.
And investigate someone who no longer works here. However, an investigation into our policies, our responses, our dispatch center. I've been in communication with the fire chief. We're looking at what we can do to maybe increase training.
Dang.
That is messed up. I get it. If you give your 2 weeks at the local burger joint and you want to mess up somebody's order, or you want to give extra combos to somebody in the drive-thru, or give them extra cheese sauce or something, but messing with a person's life,
That's the and I don't get it.
on your last day, your last shift. That's
my brain doesn't register.
What the heck?
And that's what I was telling my aunt earlier when we were over there, where I was telling her, like, I don't get how people are in the service industry and they're so fucking rude. Excuse me. They're so freaking rude. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, what in your life, and I get it, we all go through stuff and everything, but like, to be a bee on a daily basis, like, come on.
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but
I think
that's messed up.
it is, and I get the scenario that I brought up about, service industry. That's whatever. That's service industry BS. But at a job that's so crucial, like, imagine if this lady worked for, I don't know, Pacific West, an airline company of some sort, right? And it's her last. She put in her 2 weeks for her last day of work, and she's in charge of, I don't know, flights and patterns and the way,
And she strays them the wrong way and they crash.
Yeah, or she's careless and something happens like that. That's crazy.
But it's almost, it's pretty much the equivalent. This is someone's life. This lady was in her car, like, freaking sinking. Like,
And how can you be on the phone with somebody
and be heartless like that?
and still have that attitude towards that, right? But it
give a
yeah, and it goes to show that, people that, I don't know, that's just crazy, because at the end of the day, it was just a job for her.
Yeah.
Whether the customer, client, business, whatever, it was just another day in the life. Hey, this is my last. I'm going to get my paycheck in the next couple days. Within 72 hours, I'm going to Hawaii. Doesn't matter.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
But the world's full of mañosos.
Full of crazies. That's wild how that can happen.
Yeah.
But there's, I don't know, these are like depressing.
Don't play them.
No more?
It's Friday.
We got to do some funny ones.
No.
How about funny 911
How
dispatchers?
about we change the subject? How about we don't talk about life-threatening situations? Let's talk about the nitty-gritty. Let's talk about what we're really here for.
let's talk about what happened. What is happening? If you haven't heard the cliff, you must be the cliff. If you haven't heard the clip that I played, or can you play it on the screen so we can get the visual up there?
Sure.
So we had the extreme pleasure of talking with Flyboy Inc. from Foo News Network last night, and it was such an inspirational story. He gave a little bit about his background, how he got into the content creating business. We talked about elevating yourself. We talked about personal growth with your brand, growth with your company. It was just an all around great show. And this guy's been going viral for the past, I want to say within this week.
Well, the incident happened on Saturday. So, yeah, within like these past couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's play it. Dang, something's happening.
I know.
I hope that dispatcher was nice.
So do I. Usually Chino people are nice.
Chino, the city.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Have
a business,
a clothing line, this or that. Whatever. Not just Jenny. It could be any young.
Let me start again.
She gets pregnant.
Whether you hate it, love it, bro, wouldn't you rather your daughter be like Jenny 69, own her home, at a young age, have
a business,
a clothing line, this or that, whatever. Not just Jenny, it could be any young woman who has made it her passion in life to succeed and has done that. And then for just somebody who maybe hasn't had that success come and just kind of pull the rug from under you, bro, it's upsetting. It hurts me as a man, not just as a human being, but like as an influencer, as a content creator, as all these things. Because, bro, I understand. I just got beat up myself. Bro, it's not fair.
That clip has it's crazy about the amount of comments, the different sides of the whatever totem pole or whatever we want to call this based on the situation. And I mean, we slightly went into that in the episode. So just for some context, you need to listen to that episode and hear his amazing story.
Yep.
And with this clip, it kind of just generalized the basic formality of the thoughts on the subject.
Yeah, it's I had already seen it on TikTok and all that. So it was kind of crazy to have him like right after the incident happened. But yeah, it's crazy. Our comment section was blowing up. I think there's over like 600 comments of people having their opinion on the whole clip that you put there.
Yeah, there's this crazy ones. It's like we were going over this on our way back from LA today, and just reading some of the comments. I haven't been able to read
all 698 comments.
All 698 comments. I won't do that, but that's just, it's so wild how something can, I don't know, it's just, the internet is weird. Like, it's strange. The internet is strange. And since we both, and most of our audience and most of Mindbuzz universe has grown in the internet age, it's just, it should be natural, right? It should be something that we should all live with. But when it's you, it's totally different.
Yeah.
And I feel that that's just another, like, I wonder if there's classes like that, you know? Like, I wonder if there's certain things that people can take, that celebrities can take, or influencers can listen to about the mental I don't even know how to explain it. You know, like the
like the toll that all of that comes with. Like,
I want to say it's close to abuse, but I don't want to say that because I feel that abuse has a negative connotation to it. But it's a lot, and I think that was one of the questions that I did want to ask him is, or anybody, any influencer, is how do you deal with that? Your phone, like, I'm pretty sure you don't have the notifications on your Instagram or your Facebook or your YouTube thing on, and to go into the comment section. And
I mean, there are some people that do. I think it's one of those things that are hard. It's either like I can speak on like myself, right? Like when the business first started and that we went viral, right? We went viral. We had lines out the door, everything. People were,
love.
Thanks.
I'm sorry.
Our social media presence was growing, and with all the love that we had of people coming and showing up, we had a lot of hate as well, right? We had people complaining. We had people talking about why our lines were so long and that they came and this happened and then that, and that we're ripping off so-and-so, and that we're not really doing Mexican churros, and everyone has an opinion.
Yeah.
Right? And everyone thinks that they are the master at everything.
I think the internet gave the regular person a voice. It gave them power in some sense.
And it's not always bad, right? It's not always bad. But where I'm getting at is that as a business at the beginning, we were like, okay, well, let's see what people are saying, right? Let's see what they're saying. And yeah, we are new. We are, we don't really know what we're doing, in that sense. So let's take this criticism as constructive criticism. And then it like ate us up, or it ate me up. And for my sister as well, to the point where it was all we could think about. It was all we could think about. And let's say that there was 500 positive comments, but 10 negative ones. And those 10 negative ones were like the worst, and you start like really, really thinking of yourself as what these comments are, and I can only speak on the sense of a business. Now I can only imagine someone coming after you or criticizing you as a person. I think that's even worse, because at some point I had to detach myself from reading those comments, from feeling like, somebody said, hey, Gill and Amber. Oh, hey, Alex. So I had to detach myself, and I was able to detach myself to know that I wasn't the business, but I can only imagine someone, like I said, that like Jenny 69, that they come after her character and that people are saying, oh, she's a bad mom. Oh, she's this. Oh, she's that. Oh, this, or, and it's like, we don't even know them. Like, if you don't like them, then don't go on their feed. Easy as that. Don't engage. Unfollow. Like, everyone's life would be easier if we all stayed out of each other's business. But we want to be chismosos.
Yeah. And it's that, yes, I 100% I get what you said. But also, it's within our own culture. It's in the Latino culture. It's within these. She's a huge influencer, no doubt. We can't say that she's not, because she is. And if you're saying that she's not an influencer, then you're an idiot. Because you should go and Google what an influencer is on social media. And she is, by definition, a social media influencer.
Yeah. Whether it's good influence or bad influence, whatever you want to do, it's an influence.
But I think that a perfect example, that right there is it's subjective.
Yeah.
Right? There's some, just like anything in this weird universe is subjective. Comedy is subjective. Form of entertainment is subjective. What I like is going to be totally different than what Amber likes, or whatever. Music, subjective.
Yeah.
But exactly what you just said. If you don't like it, then oh well.
Yeah.
Tune into something else. But if you're constantly there and listening and commenting, even having bad thoughts, negative thoughts, with an influencer, you're still a fan.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're still there. You're still listening. So what does that say? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
So A Gordo said, haters will always try and get under your skin. Just know that people who are at the same level or above yours won't hate on your progress. It's only people who are below your level who hate. Haters will always be your biggest fans. They always watch. And then Alejandro Catano, so Alex said, agreed with this conversation. Came right on time. Yes, you did. But it's true. And you and I have had this conversation of your circle, right? The people that you surround yourself and the way that if you have people, and I know that it's going to sound bad, but I mean, I don't care. I'm just kidding. But the people that you surround yourself, if those people are as successful as you are, or even more successful than you, there isn't going to be that hate. There isn't going to be that competitiveness. It's more of like coming together. And when you have that circle of people that are kind of think like you and on that level of yourself, that's when real growth happens within you, within them, within your circle, and it motivates you, and it's true, like what Gordo said, like people that are at your level or in that spectrum, like they're not going to hate on you because they know what success is and they know what living or whatever success is in your idea, right? But people that hate are, and it pains me to say it, but people that hate are people that are hating on the fact that they're not there or that they might not have what they actually want, right? And it sucks that instead of uplifting people or saying, hey, you know what? That's cool. She did what she had to do. It doesn't matter if she's in a bikini, if she's anything.
So what?
But look at her. She has a house. She has a business. She has this. Like what do you have to show for yourself? Like, and it's to me, it's kind of crazy. But I mean, it's just
humans have been wearing swimsuits and getting famous for it for a millennia. For a very long time. They've been doing that forever. So what? They come out with a music video and music. So what?
Yeah.
If you don't like it, don't listen to it. If you don't want to see it, don't watch it.
But I think it saddens me and it really pains me because even like for us, like again with the business, because that's the only thing that I can potentially kind of compared to, right? But for us, it was always our own people that had negative things to say. It was always other Latinos that were putting us down, that were saying, "Oh, now you guys think you're hot shit," or "Oh, now
we do."
Like no, we don't. Like, oh, because you have a line out the door now. Oh, you guys think that you're everything. And, oh, because you're doing this or because you were featured on here. Like, that sucks. That sucks so bad because they didn't know who we were. They didn't get the time to come and have a conversation with us and know that we literally came from nothing and this is our dream. And that's another thing is that people don't understand that we're humans. That people, it's a human error, like you've said before, and also like you don't know what their dream was and how hard they worked to get there, and you're just gonna be so quick and point out whatever flaw that you want to and dismantle someone like that. Like it's fucking horrible. It's the worst feeling, honestly, ever, and I know because I've been through it, and it's ugly.
And basically, that's what Flyboy said in the clip. In the middle of the clip, he says that pulling the rug right underneath her, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what some people do. There's groups. I'm pretty sure that there's groups of people that just and I can attest to that, right? There is sometimes a group of people can, their only common thing is disliking something or someone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And
it's a type of camaraderie.
Yeah.
There is. But at the end of the day, you got to think about it, and it's kind of not good. It's really not.
It's not. And what is pointing out someone's flaws or something, what does that do for yourself? It makes you feel better. And I'm not going to say that I'm perfect and that I've never done it. Absolutely. You know, like you see someone, I mean, I can tell you an example, like a pretty girl or something. And I'm just like, oh no, her nose is too big. Like, or, you know, I'm giving an example, but I'm saying like it's so easy for us to find a flaw because it makes us feel better. That we're not there, or that we didn't have that body, or we didn't have that success or anything. So you find the thing that you can see just on the surface and you cling on to that. And that sucks.
It's 2023. You can go down to TJ and get a body like that if you want.
I know, but you know what I mean.
No, I get it. But there's a lot of accessibility. And that's the thing. There's some things that are accessible, and I feel like I've been trying to beat the dead horse with this. Is there's things that are accessible, and I get it. Sometimes it may not be in the right terms, but often, and I think Flyboy talked about it too, is that when people hate or dislike what you're doing, it's because they don't have the willpower, they just don't have the courage to step up and do it.
Yeah.
So their reflection of their own guilt, they want to pass that on to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically what it is. Hurt people.
I agree.
Right.
And I always and I tell you all the time, like I as a person have learned to not hate or be resentful or hold any hate towards anyone, or even wish any hate towards anyone, because the only thing that you do when you hate on someone is you waste your own energy. You're wasting your own energy by hating on someone that probably doesn't even fucking know you exist.
Yeah.
And you're, you know, decaying yourself from the inside out for what?
Let's go to the comments. Let's see what people are talking about in the chat here. What was the last?
Off here. It's about humbleness. We got to stay humble, says Alex.
100%. 100. We got to keep it 100.
100.
and stay humble.
Gordo says, show me your friends and I'll show you who you are. My mom used to always say that.
Yeah. Look at, he even translated it too.
No, he didn't.
Oh, he didn't? It's a different one?
It's a different. So this one says, siempre hay un perro que va a querer tu hueso. There's always going to be a dog that wants your bone.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. And then Alex says, it takes humans...
Wink, wink.
Wants your bone. Wink, wink. Alex said, it takes humans time to know their dream, but sadly it comes with hate. And we got to learn how to accept and don't take it to heart. Even I still am learning. That's what Alex said. And then Gordo said, agreed, señor Alejandro. Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. But that's crazy.
That's crazy.
And you know what's even crazier to me is that like what Flyboy is getting, like this, like I read in the comments and even like on some of his stuff where people are saying like, oh, here's, I'm going to say the word. I don't think that she's like that. Bernard says, hola.
What's up, Bernard?
Is it Bernard Hoyos? No, is that Bernard? Bernard?
I don't know, but.
What's up, Bernard?
How are you?
Whichever Bernard you are. No, I'm just kidding. I think what's crazy, and like I was saying, what he said before, and then what I read in the comments, he said, sí, hola, is that people are saying, oh, he's Captain Save-A-Ho, or oh, he just did that because he wants to get in good with her. Like, to me, I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, if you see a person getting beat up on the street, a person, you're telling me that your humanly instinct is not going to try to help someone, that you're only gonna do it out of clout or to get a good video or to something. Like, how fucking rotten is your brain that you would think
that doesn't make sense?
Like, what did he do? Oh my God, she's getting beat up. Let me fucking go in there so that I can go viral and that I can do this and do that. Like, that's fucking dumb. It's like, what did I tell you earlier? I was like, damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yeah.
If he wouldn't have helped, what were they going to say? Oh, you freaking wuss. You didn't get in there and you didn't help. You were a man and you saw a girl get beat up. La, 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 la. And he helped and he's getting crap for it. Like, come on, people. Make up your fucking mind. Excuse me. Sorry, Dad.
You got to start cleaning up your vocabulary now.
I know. My dad listens now.
As he should. We've been waiting for his arrival for 4 years. We've anticipated for that.
But I don't know. It's just me. I'm mad at that. Because, again, people just want to have something to talk about.
Yeah.
And to hate on. That's messed up. I hope if you see me getting beat up, you jump in.
You people watching in the chat, I did drop down the clip that we are talking about on Instagram. And if you're not following us on Instagram, give us a follow. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe to us on YouTube. But he's doing it for clout. He's doing it for this to make himself more, I don't know. What would you say?
Like, just more likable, I guess.
Just doing it for clout. Right.
For clout. That's what people are saying.
Okay. There's also...
I don't like using that word. I'm old using it. Like, I shouldn't use it.
He's feel too old?
For, what's a 90s word? Early 2000s.
He's doing it for, to scam? Or is that 90s?
He's the bomb?
No. I don't think there's any... You know what? That's strange. That's kind of weird because, of course, there was no word for it because situations like this never happened in the...
Yeah.
Well, they did, but...
It was social media, but it wasn't to this extent how we are invested now. No. There was no going viral type of thing.
Unless you were...
like on the news or something.
Yeah, unless you were somebody in Hollywood or Los Angeles or...
And going viral meant like going on every talk show.
Yeah.
You know, going on Montel or...
Hey, but now viral is going on every podcast.
Yeah.
But there's people saying he's doing it for that. What other things are they saying in here?
Let me see. Gordo said, last Wednesday, I stopped my girlfriend from getting down with some childish person and got my face smacked up. If you see anyone getting beat up, you try and stop it. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the humanly thing to do. Absolutely. And if you can't do that, then you're a fucking psychopath.
Wait, hold on. I didn't get this story. Last Wednesday, I stopped my girlfriend getting down with a childish person.
Gordo's girlfriend was going to get down.
Oh.
And he jumped in and he got slapped.
Oh, he got slapped. Okay.
Dang, Gordo. You okay?
He's going to be our bodyguard when we go out. I will trust him as a bodyguard. You have no idea. I will.
All right. You're hired. He didn't even apply.
But yeah, stuff like that happens all the time. If you see somebody that is about to endure some type of violence or physical violence,
I told you the story, right?
you have to do that. And then plus, he was talking about that that same thing happened to him just last week.
Yeah.
I guess he was at some event, and the reason why I'm going to talk about it is because he spoke about it last night on the podcast. Originally, we were going to have the episode with him, the interview, 2 weeks ago, before we went to Ensenada.
Yeah.
But I seen that happened to him. 10 people jumped him. I think it was in San Bernardino. I'm not going to give the location because I don't know.
Sorry, I read the message. He said he charges 1 whole pizza for every 3 hours of service.
That's fine.
You got it.
Little Caesars, here we come.
You didn't say what kind.
You did. Hey, it could be Hot Pockets. And I can say, look, there you go. Oh, well, it's a whole pizza. Okay.
It's a whole pizza.
All right. But I would want some too, so I would get a good pizza that I would like. But anyways, what I'm saying is, so he got jumped by 10 people, 2 weeks ago. So he knows how it feels.
Yeah.
He was in that same situation not too long ago.
Who does that now, though? Who jumps people? I feel like that's like so 90s.
What's up with you in 90s? You just...
Because I keep thinking of just like the 90s. Like, who the fuck gangbangs and freaking jumps people nowadays?
Yeah.
I don't know. Am I
and
wrong?
especially influencers. How many followers does Jenny have?
Like 9-point-something million.
Millions?
Yeah, millions. Oh, he was at a concert. Oh, that makes sense.
Who was? Oh,
when alcohol is involved, there's putazos.
Yeah.
Alcohol is no bueno.
Yeah.
For nobody.
You don't see that happening at cannabis conventions. I just want to add that in there.
I don't know. I've never been.
You don't see that happening. No one reads on the news. One person jumped by 10 stoners. That doesn't happen. That's just not even a thing. Right? But so this guy, it happened to him, and fast forward 2 weeks later, and this happens again. This situation, he happened to be there. If he wasn't there, or if he didn't protect Jenny 69, then who knows what could have happened, right? And you're watching the videos on TikTok, it goes way deeper, because that wasn't even the start of the physical violence.
No.
Right?
Mm-mm. I don't know. It's crazy, though. And it saddens me. It saddens me as a community, that we just can't be happy for each other's success. I think like there's this thing that says like I don't know what it says exactly, but it was saying like something like Mexicans, like, we're so smart, we're so creative, we're so this, but we're our worst enemy. Like, if we, and that's just me speaking on Mexican as a whole, but I'm sure Latinos and other subcultures or other cultures, but within the Latino community, we are our worst enemies. And if we only came together and actually like supported each other, it would change the game.
How would we begin to do that? How would it be? Perfect example. That's a great point to make if we all got together and did that. The reason why I've gotten contact with Flyboy and Foo News Network is because of Chicano Hollywood.
Yeah.
Perfect example.
Yeah. I agree. I think because this is my theory, right? This is my 3 years of psychology theory.
3 years of psychology, and I'm glad that we're using all your expertise on this podcast.
But my assumption and my theory behind all of this is because I think that when we and this is me seeing like things within my family or within other people's family, right? This is my observation within my close circle. So I can only talk about what I've observed. But I feel like when we come to this country, your mentality, especially even like crossing the border, right? Your mentality is survival. How am I going to survive? How am I going to either one, get to my family on the other side, or two, how am I going to survive so that I can bring my family to the other side? So it's always an I thing, right? You get here to this country. How can I get a job? How can I get a home? How can I, right? Because a lot of Latinos, yes, we come and we live with other family members or things like that. But it's always an I thing, right? How can I get this? How can I do this? How can I get the best job? And it's not always how can we, right? And I'm going to give you an example. Like people from India, right? Like, and I know it's like a stereotype where people are like, oh, well, you know, all Indians own 7-Elevens or all Indians own convenience stores, right? It's a stereotype, but it's true, right? It is something that's known. And the way that this happens is that, you know, people come from like India or from other countries. They come, they get here, and even like Vietnamese people do this, right? And I talked to like someone that did it, but they come from other countries. They come and they live with other people that migrated here, right? So they all live in one house, and then they all work and put their money together, and they open a business. So they open a business and they give that business to whoever was next in line, right? So then that person generates money, that person works and does that, and then it's a chain. So every time someone comes down, they work, and then they open a business, it gets given to that family, and then you're next on the list. So that's how they create success. They create success within themselves, within their culture, within their network, within their circle. And they put together their money, their work, their everything, and they create success for themselves. And we don't. We only see ourselves as a single item. And you can't do things alone. Yeah. And we've learned this. You can't do things alone.
I think that good point. And I'm thinking that is it in our human genealogy to think about our own well-being? Or is there, because before the culture of just American culture, different cultures, how did our ancestors begin to like 2%, right? It's 2% or 98% of our DNA is comparable to chimpanzee, right? The way they civilize themselves, or the way that they live, is community based.
Yeah. And Neanderthals and you know there's all these other ones that I can't think of, but I know that there was it started as community. I mean, there was always this community. There was always, you know, X amount of people in it, and then some people branched out, but they never branched out alone. But I know that there is one subculture that were a little bit more on that lone wolf side. I don't know when it happened, but no, biologically we've always been together, and we've had this conversation even of like like being an adult and having this whole thing of like, you're 18 and you get the hell out of your parents' house, and then like you don't visit your family, you don't do this, you don't do that, because you already have your own family, and it's only you and your family, and that's your nuclear family now, and everybody else is just second, you know. And it's like, no.
So wait, hold on, I have a question. Is the nuclear family good or is it bad? Or is that a complicated question?
I don't know. I guess it's, I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on how you were raised.
So it's a subjective, there's a subjective answer because it can come from any other way, any other which way, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But
Is the nuclear family good? Anything nuclear is not good.
I don't feel like we were meant to be alone. That's my honest opinion.
Like, you mean single people? Like people being single and living out the rest of their lives? Oh, okay.
But just in general, like I don't think that being alone or isolation or anything like that is good in any way for a person. Mentally, physically, emotionally.
Oh, being alone. Like
being alone, yeah.
Okay. All right. So I need to get some help then.
Yeah, you need serious help.
But I like being alone. I like sticking to myself. It doesn't seem that way, but we're not going to talk about my
the Rambling Network
what I got
said
going on.
We're pack animals, and Alejandro said, "I agree on that, Amber. We are not meant to be alone. We're not."
Yeah, I beg to differ.
It's a community. We need to form community.
There we go. Okay.
It's a community.
We need to form more communities.
Yeah.
And they are communities. But also with communities, you need to have good communication within their community.
Yeah.
That's it. And if you feel like, I think that like hating somebody or hating like an influencer is just it's a reflection on yourself.
Yeah, because you're angry at what you don't have.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, good point of what Jaime said is that we are pack animals. I 100% agree with that, because in our weird chimp brain, it's the community. Like we strived on community. I was reading in what book was it? Noah Harari. Noah Harari, that book that he read. You read it too.
Oh, the Sapiens?
Yes, Sapiens. So in that book, he talks about how early humans, how most, like when a woman in the tribe had a baby.
You took the words out of my brain. I was thinking of that.
The whole tribe
helps raise the baby. Absolutely.
And all the men, they all and that's another key.
Sync. Are you on your period too?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
It's coming, ladies and gentlemen. It's coming, Mindbuzz Universe. But okay, right? The whole community helps raise the child, right? And get this, do you remember this part? All the men had sexual intercourse with the women.
What?
Okay.
No, what are you trying to get at here?
No, I'm just saying back in those days. So all the men in the community had sex with the woman, so nobody knows
whose baby it was.
So they all treat the child as if it was their own. That's a crazy one.
Interesting.
That's a crazy thing.
So you're community.
Huh?
So you're like community, yes.
We need to start communities. We need to start working on it. That's a good premise. I like that.
It's not.
Yeah, it is.
Stop it. Anyways.
But that's what I got out of it. And that's
the only thing you got out of it?
No, not just that.
Jesus Christ. No, but I understand what you're saying. Like,
the basis of it,
yeah.
Right? It wasn't just one singular person and their child and the man.
And again, I go back to present time, and what a mother, a woman is expected to clean the house, cook, take care of children, do the bills, do this, do that, and all by herself. And if she even dares to get a nanny. Oh, someone's talking. Oh, she can't do it alone. Oh, she must, be lazy. She must be this. And it's the fact that we think that everything is I. If you don't do it alone, you're not successful. If you didn't do it by yourself, you're a what do they call it? Nepo babies. Like those people that say, you had 1 foot in the door already. Like it's crazy. We're not meant to be alone and to succeed and to do things alone. We're just not. I don't think so.
And this is a strange concept for humans. Like, how long has the internet been around? How long has fame
30 years
been around?
Yeah.
If we're still stuck in the sapiens subject of early humans, like how? I bet if you pulled an early human, pre-technology and pre-buildings and pre all the normal technology that we have, if you had a time machine, went back, brought them back here to 2023 and tried to tell them that there's this imaginary thing and there's these screens that we look at and people on there, they talk to each other and this and that and the blue check mark, they'd freaking lose their minds.
The blue check mark. Yeah, I agree.
They will lose their minds. Why are you guys fighting? Like, what's the deal? Where's the community here? Where's the community, the community lady?
Yeah.
Right? If we brought a man, he'd be like, where's the community lady?
But things aren't going to change until we open our eyes and see that it's not I. But
say that again?
I said things aren't going to change until we open our eyes and see that it's not just I. That it should be we.
It's not I. Okay. There's no I in team. We got to shout out the team.
Yeah. And Alex said, that's why I say we are Kata Nation. I am all for building a community. Absolutely. That's what it's about.
It's a shameless plug, Alex.
Good luck tomorrow, Alex, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Good luck tomorrow, dude.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Hopefully you go live on your feed so we can see what's going on, take pictures. I'm excited to see how all that's coming up. So.
Yep, absolutely. So if anyone wants to join our community, no, I'm just kidding. We turn into a cult.
Welcome to the Mindbuzz cult.
Hey, but I kind of, I don't want to get into the rabbit hole of cult, but now I kind of see why people join cults. I'm being serious. I kind of get it now. Because they can't find community within their own family, so they search for community somewhere else. What? It's true. It's true, though.
Join the Mindbuzz universe. That's the first step. The first step was making the podcast.
We'll be selling purple jumpsuits on our website.
What would be the ideal cult outfit for us? What would it be? Like a band t-shirt, jeans, and Vans? And checkered? Mm-hmm. Checkered Vans? Black and white ones?
And then once in a while, like pajama pants.
Pajama.
But not to sleep, just to wear.
Imagine we just have all the men wear Ray-Ban glasses and shave their head. So shaved head, Ray-Ban glasses, band tee, jeans, and checkered Vans. Checkered slip-on Vans.
There you go.
That would be it. So we touched on it a little bit, and then we'll close it out. I want to talk about your cult thing. She's been Mindbuzz Universe. She's been on this cult thing for how long has it been?
No, it's just recently.
Go ahead and
I binge watched it all yesterday.
You watched all of it?
Yeah, it wasn't that many. It was like 4 episodes.
Can you pull it up? I want to maybe.
It's like trending right now. It's called Twin Flame Universe.
twin flame universe. That's why she doesn't like the Mindbuzz universe thing, because it reminds her of the cult.
See, it's this one.
Desperately seeking soulmate. It's basically a podcast. If you think about it.
They started selling like tutorials and like not tutorials, like seminars on YouTube. And then they would have like chat discussions with I don't want to give away too much, but I guess I could talk about it.
Yeah, talk about it. Just pique the interest a little bit.
So
and I want to hear your thoughts on it, because
I think it's fucking nuts, but it was good. It made for good TV. But apparently this couple here are the ones that, you know, put this all together. I guess he has a background in like business, so he's always wanted to be like rich or like business savvy. So he tried multiple like businesses until this one hit. So twin flame is not like a word coined by them. What's that noise?
What noise?
Is it me? Is it my ears ringing? Oh, you know what? It's the computer. That's fine. Anyways.
Whose computer? Yours?
Yeah, my desktop.
What is it doing?
Like, you know, like when it overheats type of thing? Like the fan went on, but nothing's hot. Anyways, what am I talking about? Yeah, so finally he does this, right? And twin flame is like it's already a word that just pretty much goes on the kind of the radar of like your soulmate, right? But it's like higher than a soulmate. It's like someone that's just like your forever person, your forever flame. Like you guys complement each other on every aspect of the humanly possible experience, right? So that's a twin flame. So so these people are pretty much started doing these seminars on how to coach you on, so it's coaching, right? So how to coach you on finding your twin flame. So finding the person that's exactly for you. So they started out like just a couple people here, a couple people there. I think like at their highest peak, they would have like 38,000 people sign on.
Whoa.
Yeah.
38,000?
38,000 people sign on at one time.
That's some good marketing.
Yeah. And then they would charge like $200 a month. So do the math. 200 times 30.
Are you doing the math?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so 200,000 you said?
No, $200 a month.
200, okay.
Times 38,000.
38. 1, 2, 3 zeros.
So that's $7,600,000 a month.
Is that 7 million or 7,600,000?
No, it's 7 million. 7,600,000.
That's insane.
Yeah, so they were making that much money.
That's insane.
Yeah, a month off of people. So they were, getting their twin flames and whatever. Da, da, da. To make a long story short, there was a few people that found their twin flame within the community, and they weren't happy. They were really depressed, and they kept telling them, "No, this is your twin flame. Like, we know it is. Like we're the only people that can tell you that that's your twin flame." And they were staying in because they wanted to be part of the community. They didn't want to, break that. And people were like, "Oh my God, we want to have what you have." So they started second guessing themselves. And then they started doing this thing called like a mirror exercise that supposedly is known to like really, really like dismantle you as a person. And it's pretty much saying like, okay, like let's say you were who I thought was my twin flame, and you were like, "Oh, I don't want to be with you. This is just too soon. I'm not into you as much as you're into me." So then I would do this mirroring exercise where I would be like, "Okay, Amber, why doesn't he want to be with you?" "Well, he doesn't want to be with you because you're fat, and he doesn't want to be with you."
Wait, hold on, wait. So they basically, so all this is going on through like a Zoom call, right?
Zoom, mm-hmm.
So they have those two people that host it. and the couple.
And then they have those 2 people that host it, and then all these people that join. But then there was 2 people.
Yeah, say
you and I.
Yeah, say they matched us, right? And you're saying, Gill, I don't want to. This guy stinks. Like, I don't want to. I don't want him to be my flame.
Yeah, and I'm like, no.
Okay,
he's your flame. Trust us.
Okay,
trust us. And maybe you're not in love with him now, but you're gonna be in love with him.
And through
later.
This period of therapy, what do they call it?
Like coaching.
Like coaching. So what happens then?
Nothing. They just keep coaching you. And then they were recruiting these people to recruit more people. So they could be like, hey, look at us. Look at me and Gill. Like, we made it. We found our twin flame. And we know that this works. So then more people were finding their twin flame, or trying to find their twin flame, because there wasn't that many people that did. And the main guy at some point was like, oh, I'm Jesus, look. And he would put pictures of
It's always Jesus.
Yeah. He would put pictures of Jesus and then pictures of himself, and he's like, look, I'm an exact replica of him. Blah, blah. So anyways, he just started thinking that he was like high and mighty, and then he would like verbally abuse people. He would he would tout the people in his coaching, like pretty much telling them like it's okay to stalk people. Like, you have to be persistent. Like, people that are persistent are people that get what they want. A lot of these people in their coaching things had restraining orders.
This guy was telling people to stalk?
To stop.
Their twin flame?
Yes. Multiple people had restraining orders.
That is
There was a girl that actually went to jail because she violated her restraining order.
People are crazy.
Yeah. So then whatever, right? This happens, and then at some point they noticed that there was an influx of women, right? And not men. So there was hardly any men in this program.
So at of course, because if you're gonna go through like a hetero program, there should be for every woman, there should be for every man, right?
But obviously, I mean, statistically or whatever, right? Women are always. We're always the ones seeking love, right? More than like a man and things like that. So we're going to put ourselves out there more than, men would.
I could see that.
So at some point, people were getting angry because they're like, well, I've been in here for X amount of time. I've paid X amount of money and I haven't found my twin flame. Like, what's going on? So people started kind of like questioning this.
They're like, oh my God, like I'm doing all this money, doing all this stuff, and
yeah, absolutely.
What's going on?
So then, what these fools did?
Well, they got to protect their $7 million.
Yeah. So what these fools did was they started telling people, women, that some of them had a divine masculinity in them, and some had a divine femininity in them. So they were saying, like, let's say you and I, right? We're both women. And they're like, hey, Gill, like, I sense more of a masculine presence in you. So you're in the wrong body. And we're going to now test,
so who are they telling? They're telling me this or you this?
You're a woman, biologically.
Oh,
right?
I'm a woman.
Okay. Yeah. But they're telling you, hey, we see some masculinity in you, and we think that you're in the wrong body. And we know you're in the wrong body because the divine whatever, told us. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to refer to you as he, him. And you're like, no, like, I'm a woman. I'm not into women. And they're like, trust us. Like, we're going to help you find your twin flame. And then they go and they match you with me. And I'm like, no, I'm not into women. And they're like, no, but Gill's a man. So they were turning all these people, all these women, into men. So they were telling them like, hey, you're in the wrong body. So they were pretty much transitioning them without them wanting to transition. And they got so into their brain, like so psychologically, that a lot of them had actual surgery to have like top surgery or even bottom surgery, like, and all from this fucking guy.
Like hold on. Was it majority of women transitioning to men?
It was women transitioning into men. Yeah, because they were telling them like, oh, well, your twin flame is here, but it's a woman. So we sense that you're more of a man than a woman. So you're now going to transition into a man. So that way their ratio was equal. So they had women and men now. So there's a lot of parents, a lot of moms that, you know, come out on the show and they're like fighting and they're like, hey, like we haven't seen our kid in years. We heard that they transitioned and, you know, we just want to see our kid.
That's just
like,
wild. Oh, I heard my daughter transitioned. Like, with
and they're just saying like, we know that they wouldn't do that. Like, so they also were brainwashing people into like believing that they had like had been SA'd when they were children, like assaulted, you know, and they were like, no, I wasn't. And then at some point they were like, yeah, you were. Like that's why you're fucked up.
So it was like a lot of brainwashing then.
A lot. So at some point they had this lady that was like towards the top and she was like some kind of specialist within like the what is it called? Like it's not Secret Service, but within
the
like,
CIA?
No. Within like Marines and what is it called?
The Marine Corps?
No, but what are they called?
Navy SEALs?
What are they called as a
the
whole?
Military?
Military. So I don't know exactly what. So she would use tactics that they would use on like people from the military, and they would use it on them. Yeah, it's
whoa,
crazy. And multiple people have called the cops to go investigate to tell them that they're holding people hostage.
Wait, so the person with the military background, they were part of the...
Yeah, she joined years later.
Uh-huh.
And she was part of like the coaching.
Oh.
So she's the one that started telling them that thing that I'm telling you that they called mapping. So they would like sit down and then like, okay, close your eyes. And then they'd be like, okay, well, you know, blah, 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 blah. Tell me about this. Like almost like if they were going through therapy and she was like the therapist, but she was telling them things that didn't exist. Like she had told that girl like, oh yeah, you were assaulted by like, you know, sexually assaulted by someone in your family when you were little. And she's like, no, I wasn't. And she's like, yeah, you were. Like I can feel it. I can see you struggling. And this is why you can't find your perfect person, because you're holding back and la, 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 la. And then at some point, they say that they would hold them there in those therapy sessions until they said, yes, you're right. So at some point, imagine if you're in there for 20, 24 hours, whatever, X amount of hours, it's like you get tired and you're just like at some point like, yeah, fuck it.
That sucks.
Yeah. It's a crazy documentary. It's on Netflix right now.
So this Twin Flame is on Netflix right now and it's trending.
Yep. So they're still continuing their business. They're still going strong.
They're still in bit. Well, that's $70 million. Not 70 million, but 7 million.
Yeah. And they can't shut them down because they're not proving that they're doing anything wrong. There's no money laundering. There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing.
It's pretty legit.
It's legit.
It's pretty legit.
I mean, obviously they're not doing anything because it's like you're at your own free will.
But can they leave?
Yeah, but they're like blacklisted or something. But yeah, there's a lot of people that left. So a lot of people on the documentary are people that left and they're talking out.
You'd figure if somebody is trying to talk you into a huge life-changing experience that you don't want to do, that you would think, yeah, I don't know if this is for me.
No, but it's psychological, and it's also where you are mentally with yourself. And again, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, okay, now I can see why people join cults. Because if you long for this sense of community and you don't have it within your circle or within yourself, you're gonna go look for it.
And depending on how crazy the whatever you're looking at, and if it seems kind of
but even being in there and you're like, oh, community, love, I want to find my perfect person, and I'm gonna do anything in my power to find them.
That's basically the translation is person is just looking for love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's what they're saying, like how horrible that these two people are exploiting these people when all they want is to be loved, and it's like the total fucking opposite.
Yeah. And they're using their militarized experience to get $7 million. I'm still stuck on the $7 million. So who pays for the transitions?
They do, the people.
They do?
A few, like the first ones, the people, the twin flame people paid for it.
So they're paying for this.
Yeah, not for everybody, but yeah, for a few people, yes.
Wow.
And you're right, Alex. Nobody is perfect. We're all learning humans. I agree.
We're all humanas.
So, takeaway from this show is just be nice. Just be nice, people. And just be happy for people's success. And not everyone's success is going to look the same, but to them, success is success. Waking up, freaking making breakfast, or whatever it is can be someone's success. And just be happy for them.
Yeah.
Don't be a goddamn hater.
And on that note, if you don't like that, join the cult. Thanks, guys. Do we have anything coming up?
No, but thank you for everyone that came on our live and interacted with us and said hi and had stuff to say.
Hopefully next week when we do this, I will have the phone connected. I do want to get some phone calls. I do want to do that. And I think I don't have, we have the technology for it, and it's going to happen. But watch out for the post about the West Coast Pop Lock podcast and some things going on over there.
Yeah, what?
That will include me. Maybe. Boom. What else do we got? Can we just do karaoke?
Sure.
Of that?
Bernard. No, I don't think he's on anymore.
No, it's fine. He's listening. He's listening. Don't forget to follow the Mindbuzz on Instagram. We have a YouTube channel. If you are a die-hard audio person, go to our Instagram, go to our link, mindbuzz.org. Check out what we have. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Twitch. Well, no, not Twitch. I was going to say, yeah, there's another podcast, but podcast provider, but it's not. I was going to say Stitcher.
Stitcher.
It's gone. It's not. It's no longer a company.
Oh.
But
everyone was hating on it?
No. I think it got bought out by Spotify. There's weird things happening with Spotify. They're getting in the green now.
Got it.
With their money. They're no longer losing money on a year-over-year basis.
Got it.
But check us out on Spotify.
What'd you say?
I said check us out on Spotify and subscribe to us on
They
YouTube.
said whoopie pie.
The Mindbuzz Podcast.
Boom.
Bye. Which one goes first?
Stop streaming. Jesus.
Bye. Thanks for listening to the Mindbuzz Podcast. Subscribe to the Mindbuzz YouTube channel and watch full podcast episodes. Keep up with the hosts, guests, and upcoming events by following the Mindbuzz on Instagram @TheMindBuzz. See you on the next one.